sure what they're gonna do with this building here.
Maybe the cake bake shop.
Oh, the cake bake shop. I'm not paying attention to that.
Look at that.
That looks fantastic, actually.
There's your answer.
There we go. Hey, everyone. So today we have a little reservation for Teppan Edo over at Epcot. So we parked over at the boardwalk, and we're walking through the boardwalk to get to Epcot.
Technically, it's closer to the restaurant.
Yes, it's closer to the restaurant than having to park in front of Epcot to the World Showcase all the way around to the back.
Plus, we're thinking of going to Abracadabra after, which is right here.
Yes, and sorry if the audio is a little windy. I forgot the windshield for the microphone, and it's super windy after a storm yesterday, but it does feel nice in the shade. So let's take a couple pictures here and then head into Epcot. Look beautiful as Belle, by the way.
My hair's all over my face.
Last time she wore this dress was on our Disney cruise
Yeah.
last year in February, and she was pregnant at the time.
It
So
didn't fit me quite right.
yeah, didn't fit her too nicely back then, but now it fits very nice. It's perfect. So, and just like that, we made it to the entrance of Epcot. Besides France over here, which makes it easier for us to get to Japan because we only have to cross through two countries.
Morocco.
Yeah, France and Morocco, technically. So it makes it a lot easier. And no stroller today. Yeah.
Look, they want to do one at a time.
There are a lot of characters out on this Sunday afternoon. There's Aurora.
Oh, look, there's Belle.
Where?
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh,
Right
there she is. I thought you were saying she was walking. Yeah, she's right there.
We saw Alice.
Yeah, we just saw Alice when
Minnie,
walking in.
Daisy, Aurora.
Yeah.
Belle. We just walked in.
I'm gonna check into the restaurant right now, and it's saying it's still too far, even though we're already in Morocco. So I don't know if we have to be right at the front of the.
I basically see the restaurant from here, so.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Thank you.
all right. So we are checked in now. We're just waiting for the text message to go and get the table. But this is actually my first time. Is it your first time?
Yes.
It's our first time doing hibachi here at Epcot in Japan. We talked about it before. I know many people that have done it before, but we've never done it ourselves. So super excited. Long story short, we did have reservations for the Takumite.
That was our original reservation.
Correct. But looking at the menu, looking at the price point,
I can only eat from the vegetarian menu, and then, I can only eat from the vegetarian menu because I don't eat duck or raw fish or red meat. And then I didn't really feel like $150 for a vegetarian menu was worth it. But for him, the other side would have been worth it. So we'll try again.
yes.
I want to try again.
Yeah, we'll definitely work our way up there. But what my biggest thing was, I just want to try A5 Wagyu, and they have it at both restaurants.
Yeah.
So for a slight upcharge, not really slight, but for an upcharge, I could get the Wagyu in Teppan Edo, right? Versus in Takumite, it's part of the omnivore selection, which you get to pick one of the 3 entrees. I was going to pick the Wagyu, but it's fine.
Let's try it, and then I did move our Takumite reservation over, so we may try it later on in the year. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't see why not.
We'll
But
see.
we'll still make a day out of it. But now we just wait. Let me get some B-roll, and then we can take some videos inside. Sound good?
I actually just got the notification.
Well, then look at that. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we just finished eating here at Teppan Edo. Definitely worth it if you guys have never had a chance to eat at this hibachi restaurant here inside of Epcot in the Japan Pavilion. 100% worth the money. Okay, 100% worth the money. A couple of things that we noticed when we walked in was the rotating chefs and how they. So the restaurant is split into sections. Each section has 4 different cooking stations where people sit at. Of course, like any other hibachi, you guys sit with a random party or 2, depending on the size of your party. We were only 2, so there was like, I think, another party of 2 and then maybe a party of 4. Okay, so that's what we had there. It's about 8 people total. But we noticed that there was only ever either 1 or 2 chefs at this exact same time cooking, which kind of helps because, and you mentioned this, so if you want to talk
So
about
when
it.
we went in, we were they were picking up one table, and then they were cooking at one table, seating us at another table, and then just finishing up at another table. So when we walked into this section, it was really hot.
Yes.
And I was like, oh no, this is going to be like this. I'm going to be sweating. I started sweating. But then the other station turned off the little stove. The other people behind us left. It cooled down immediately. And then they started seating people at a different section. So at one point, we were the only section, or the only table in the section. So it cooled down like crazy. And then people started joining as we were finishing. So I really like how they did that, because then I was like, oh my God, we're going to be sweating this entire time. But no.
Another cool thing that I did not realize that they had in the menu was the octopus balls, right? It's funny to say, but takoyami is what it's called in Japanese. It's this dough where they put it's batter, where they put little pieces of octopus in it. I've never had it. I've seen it before. I've always wanted to try it, and they had it here. It was only $10.
I'm scared of octopus.
But she ate it, and she liked it. It was good. The pieces were small enough to where, okay, you know they're there, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's just straight up octopus. So if you're not into octopus, then, maybe pass on it. But if you want to give it a try without it being overwhelming, definitely worth it.
From someone who has never had it, never knew what it was. It was like a crab ragoon, but instead of crab, octopus inside of a hush puppy.
Yes, that's essentially a good way to kind of go about it. So that was really good about the appetizers. The drinks were really good. Really cool thing is that they have both the Violet Sake and the Tokyo Sunset, which you can find outside of the restaurant. They also have it inside, so in case you want to have it, you're more than welcome to have it. I had a whiskey
Japan.
breeze
And a Japan.
and then the Japan
Japan breeze. Yeah, I think they were.
So I had a whiskey sour. Sorry, a whiskey sour. And we had the Japan breeze, which was very good. It was like coconut rum with other things in it. The whiskey sour is a whiskey sour. They used their own whiskey, right, that they had there. So it was really cool. It was really good. Definitely worth the price on that. Now let me talk about the Wagyu. Okay. So the Wagyu was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to eat at this restaurant or at the downstairs restaurant. I've never had Wagyu in my life. I've heard really good things about it, and they have A5 Wagyu. Now, it is $100 upcharge, but it replaces your entree. So instead of paying for steak and then the Wagyu or chicken and the Wagyu, you can do that, sure, if you really want to pay the extra money. But I just had the Wagyu by itself, and it was amazing. It is the best piece of steak I've ever had in my life. I actually got the idea from getting it here with watching a video by Paging Mr. Morrow, and I'm like, I have to try it. Like, I've always wanted to try it. I was going to try it, so I tried it. And I'm never going to see a piece of steak ever again. I'm never going to look at a piece of steak like that ever again because it was phenomenal. The way that it was prepared, I had it medium, in case anybody wants to know. It was amazing. It was fantastic. Definitely worth the $100. I took my time eating it. They gave you this wasabi salt, which is just like some dry rub that you can just kind of touch the meat with, and it changed the overall flavor of it. It was amazing. Definitely. If you're not balling on a budget and you want to go out for it and have a really good piece of steak, 100% recommend the Wagyu. It's not for everybody. The price point definitely people will shy away from, but definitely we'll be getting it again. Okay, maybe not consistently, but I would 100% get it again without question.
Well, I still want to try the other restaurant.
Yes, 100%.
And you can get it there too.
100%.
But you get the thing is that with the other restaurant, it would be the $250, which is what you would have. It includes that steak.
Yes.
But it also has like some sushi, but it's like raw fish sushi. I don't know if you're into that. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then So we want to try it anyways.
So
this is probably a better option if you don't want to pay the $250 per person.
Yes.
Downstairs.
So good. The udon. So they give you udon noodles as opposed to just regular noodles like you would get at like Kobe's or Benihana's.
Mm-hmm.
It made the experience a lot different. We preferred it actually because they're thicker noodles
but they weren't like super fried.
Yes, they weren't super fried. They were very fresh. And one cool thing that I found about this restaurant, even though it's hibachi, is that I left and I wasn't like overly full. Like I would like every time I leave Kobe's or any other kind of restaurant that or hibachi restaurant, I'm just like I'm ready to go to bed. Like I'm done for the day. I left and I was like, oh my god, like I could eat again. So one cool thing is because of that, with the udon they put the veggies all together with the udon, but also there's no fried rice, which also makes a big difference.
So
it's
no
just
egg.
a bowl of white rice.
No egg,
eggs,
no fried
soy, yeah.
rice, no nothing.
You can
like
add
that.
soy sauce to the white rice if you would like to, but it's not fried. It's just
I
steamed
added-
white rice.
I added the white sauce and the ginger sauce.
Yes,
I mixed it together into it.
I did a little bit of that too. I dipped the rice in that. But it makes a big difference because then you have your own portion bowl of white rice and it doesn't become overwhelming to eat so much of that. Okay. But yeah, a couple of the little details. No annual pass discounts. Obviously, this is a third-party owned restaurant, so they don't take that.
The
that
company is
discount.
like actually from Japan, which
Yes.
is why we wanted to try it because it's, you know, it's still Americanized, but it's more, I guess, authentic Japanese.
So, and then last little note: try mixing the white sauce with the ginger sauce.
said that.
You did, but you didn't mention to try.
Yes.
So, really good. I put my veggies in it on both of them, and it makes a big difference. So, I'm a big white sauce person. Like, I like just a white sauce. At Kobe's, I think they do eel sauce. Is that what it is? Something like that. So, the ginger sauce is definitely different, but it's very good. Very, very good. But other than that, Teppan Edo, man.
Well, how long were we there? An hour.
Maybe an hour at most.
About an
And
hour.
it was just back to back, boom, 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 and out of it. It was fantastic. So if you find a reservation, which they have pretty decent amount of reservations, go for it.
Well, I was able to get this one today because, like I said, originally we had Takumite, so I was able to just switch it.
So we
And they
modified
just so
our
happened-
Takumite
Yeah.
closer to our anniversary in May, and then she was able to pick this one up for
Yeah.
4:30. So it worked out. There's definitely
Yeah.
worth it. So if you're here at Epcot in Walt Disney World and you're into Japanese food, give it a try because this is our first time here. This restaurant has been here for a long, long, long time, but it's our first time eating at it,
Oh.
and I'll definitely be back.
The price point was not bad either. Like for my plate, which was like the chicken plate, was $32. Which I think normal hibachi price.
normal hibachi kind of prices. So definitely try. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of our day, and yeah, I will never look a steak the same ever again. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us in today's video. Sorry that it's super windy, but Florida feels super nice right now.
It's actually cold. I'm actually cold.
Nah, it's not that cold. But yeah, Teppan Edo.
We had a fun time.
It was a fantastic time. So,
Happy birthday.
oh, yeah, just for
There's
my
that.
birthday. So, thank you. Love you. All right. We're gonna go ahead and end it here.
We're gonna go get ice cream.
We're gonna go get ice cream at Beaches and Cream. That's for sure. That's gonna happen. I said it. It's happening. And then we're probably just gonna head on home back to the baby. So, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.